Hey, good afternoon, race fans. Welcome here as we get set for qualifying for race number 8 of Season 4 of the NNSCRA Duracell Cup Series. Getting ready to go road course racing for the first time this season, and we are here in beautiful New Zealand at the Pukekohe Raceway Park. Getting ready for 11 laps of racing here for the non-charter drivers. Of course, as always, as most always, the top 6 finishers will advance into this afternoon's charter event here today from Pukekohe Raceway. And on the pole position, it's going to be M Roode in the 00 alongside of J Schwallenberg. Schwallenberg made his first start last week at the Springfield Mile. M Roode made his debut a few weeks earlier. I'm trying to remember exactly where at. I think it might have possibly been at Las Vegas. Both these drivers looking to make the charter field for the second time in their Duracell Cup Series careers. So 11 laps of racing here today. Some edits have been made to the road course after it made its series debut last season in Season 3. Hopefully we're in for some good racing here today, and it should translate into good racing later on here this afternoon. But enough talk. Let's go down trackside. Let's get these most famous words in motorsports and get these cars rolling.
Drivers, start your engines!
So as the command is given, pace car is going to lead the field around here, and you can check down the description below for your official starting lineup for today's race. Pit road should not be a problem for these drivers here today since it only is 11 laps. This track just a little under 2 miles in length, so a lot of off the throttle time as well, especially right here. This is going to be the trouble spot corner, that right-hander going through the beginning couple of S's. It's where we usually see a lot of our incidents take place. But a couple of things that have been edited with the track that should not be causing a problem with these drivers now. In last year's race, we had a lot of drivers running off course, hitting that steel guardrail off that corner we just talked about, and in a corner that's going to be coming up here momentarily, another right-hander. That should not be as much of an issue here this season, so hopefully we're going to be in for some good road course racing. I think we're going to have battling all the way through the field as well. There's still room for drivers to make mistakes, but not nearly at the degree that they were doing last year. That's why last year we ended up having to run the race without any cautions. Here this season we actually are going to be running cautions, just due to the fact these drivers seem a little bit more stable when they make a circuit around this track. Right there is that sweeping corner that a lot of drivers are going to have to deal with. Car on the outside line is going to be at the disadvantage going through that right-hander, as they're going to have to try and run it wide and try and catch the rumble strips and into the final few corners, which kind of reminds me a lot of a Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, the left-hander into the right-hander leading on to the front straightaway. But here we go, 11 laps of racing here at Pukekohe Raceway Park, as M Roode and J Schwallenberg going to lead them down. And the green flag is in the air. Let's roll. And we're 3 wide back here already. That's a little dangerous. That's Rob Evans making the move there. Putting Quentin Moore in the middle 3 wide. Justin Dearborn. Evans going to back out of it. Brad Stover still 3 wide with T Gehrdes. And I believe that is Daniel Voyles on the outside of the 3 wide. But they all made it through that corner. Credit to them there. Now up into the other tough corner here as Schwallenberg continues to battle with M Roode for the lead. Pedro Lucas waiting to see what happens here as Schwallenberg has the advantage, the inside line into the right-hander. Gets back into the throttle. M Roode, though, might be able to swing around the outside. He'll now have the advantage in the left-hander. Let's see what happens here through the left and rights. Oh, they're still side by side. Great battling here for the lead on the very first lap of this event. Schwallenberg edging ahead. Roode trying to battle back. Schwallenberg's got the spot. And now Pedro Lucas got to look to the inside of Roode. Can't get there in that battle for second place. D Poteet to the inside of J Osborne. A Sampsell looking on. Battle for the 4th position. But right now you're looking at the last 3 drivers that would advance into the main event should the race end now. The 56, the 31, and the 13, as Lucas looking low for second. I Like he got back to the throttle pretty well there off that corner, but Roode battles back again. Saw that Schwallenberg was able to get the lead from Roode after the right-hander. Ooh, there was contact there. Absolutely was contact between the 00 and the 41. Keep it together, though, as Lucas will complete the pass. So it looks like as long as you can stay alongside of somebody going through those final couple of corners, if you're on that inside line on driver's right, you're going to be able to complete the pass for position. As A Sampsell drives it deep through the S's. Woo! Contact there between himself and Joshua Osborne as they door bang for 4th place. And Sampsell's going to take the spot before they even get down here into the right-hander. D Poteet now looking to see if he can make a move for 5th. And we'll look at him stack up there in the braking zone going into that corner. D Poteet, the driver, with the pressure on him right now because he is in the final transfer position. 6th place, and he's got Z Stultz right behind him. And now Stultz going to look driver's right off the final turn. Couldn't get a run. Takes a look again. Oh, caution. Caution is out on lap number 4. Technically on lap 3. They were coming to complete the 3rd lap and put the 4th lap on the board, and the yellow flag's going to wave. And it's Rob Evans in the 65. A lot of damage on that Heritage Distilling Company, or Dodge, I should say. Right side damage on Laura Chung's 27. Looks like some rear end damage on the Interstate Batteries Ford of Chris Dollerton. Don't see any skid marks, don't see any smoke. So I'm not really sure where this incident took place. So as Dylan Schwallenberg shows the way, I doubt anybody up here at the front is going to give up their track position to come to pit road and get tires. Though they have turned 3 circuits under green flag conditions, so they might be at a bit of a disadvantage if anybody from maybe 7th place on back comes to pit road. But let's go back and see what happened, bringing out the first caution of the day here at Pukekohe. Well, I mentioned that it wasn't going to be as much of an issue, but it still was going to be an issue. This right-hander here coming through the S's. Rob Evans trying to swing around the outside of Laura Chung. This was a battle for 19th place. Laura Chung just going to run Rob Evans completely out of room, sends him into the tire barrier. And Chung got the wall further up there as well. Now, I thought Laura Chung had right side damage, but it must have just been the left side damage from the tire barrier. But it's not a safer barrier there. You hit those tires, they rip your car apart, as you can easily tell from the damage sustained by that 65 car. So tough break there for Rob Evans. He will not be advancing into the charter race later on today. More than likely, Laura Chung will not as well. That's a lot of heavy impact to the left side of her Ford. Let's go back for the green. See how many laps we have left here at Pukekohe Raceway. Back just in time for the green flag as Dylan Schwallenberg gets us back underway. And oh, they're racing back here. Oh, Poteet off course. And he's going to get the wall. Z Ozkan's going to get the wall. They're wrecking further back here too. Tristan Allen spins. Robinson spins. Is that going to bring out a yellow? It does. Caution's going to fly as I think you could certainly accredit that to the fact these drivers had worn tires, were not sure how to approach the corner now like they were able to at the initial start of this race. And Poteet was in a transfer spot at the time. As Dylan Schwallenberg is going to lead them back to the second caution of the day. There's only one pace lap these drivers have to run, so we at least are going to get back green before the conclusion of this race. But now it's Schwallenberg, Lucas, Sampsell, Roode, Osborne, and now Stultz up into the 6 transfer spots. Ozkan and Poteet on pit road. Michael Wayne Robinson. He and Tristan Allen, they just spun out trying to get on the brakes to avoid spinning out. So they've lost position, and 93 might have gotten into the back of the 15 when the two of them were nearly spinning, because I see he's got some front end damage. Oh, someone's in trouble up here. Well, that's the 80 of Brad Stover just trying to get in line. Well, Dylan Poteet who I believe is still looking to make his first start of the season. A former playoff contender back in season 1, I believe it was. Boy, he's really struggled this year due to not having a charter. That's M Ozkan, 4 starts this season. I believe that's the tied for second most of the non-chartered drivers this year. He will not be advancing either. Let's go back and see what happened to the both of them there going into that right-hander. Poteet just carried so much speed, and it looks very similar to what we saw earlier with Rob Evans. Gets into the side of Joshua Osborne, just completely messes up his corner, and he just couldn't slow it down. He's on the brakes right now, but that thing's only going down by slow mile-per-hour increments. Don't know who Samet Ozkan got into, but he's going to get into the wall there. And then watch Tristan Allen in the 15. Ooh. I think he checked up because T Gehrdes in the 69 checked up ahead of him. And then Michael Wayne Robinson checks up because of Tristan Allen nearly spinning in front of him. So I think when you get on the brakes here with those older tires, the back end of the car is wanting to come around. So that brings out the caution for the second time here today and sets us up for what should be about a 4 or 5 lap shootout to finish this one out here today in just the non-charter race at Pukekohe Raceway. Lights out top pace car. We're going back green this time. A couple of drivers trying to catch up to the field, including the 15 and the 93, but trouble for the 79 of Harrison Ponder as well. Not sure what happened to him, but the whole hood, the whole front end of that car is gone. And I don't remember seeing him caught up in an incident. If we get the opportunity here for our staff to be able to go back, see what happened to him to sustain that damage, you'll get to see it courtesy of the NNSCRA split cam, but we're going to go back green with 3 laps to go. Dylan Schwallenberg, the leader. Pedro Lucas in second. Third, A Sampsell, followed by Michael Roode, Joshua Osborne, Zachary Stultz. Those are the transfer drivers right now. Seth Cole, J Taurus, D Voyles, and W Goss looking to race their way in as we get ready to go back green flag racing. Let's see if these drivers have an issue down there with these first couple of corners again, just based on what we saw there on the last restart. None of our frontrunners have been to pit road as Stultz looking to the inside of Joshua Osborne. That's for 5th place. Michael Roode's going to get to the outside, or make that the inside of A Sampsell. Let's watch these drivers going into this corner. Got to be careful. I think they're making it so far. And they do. I think it just took them by surprise, the fact that they didn't nearly have the grip on the older tires that they had in the newer tires earlier on. Zach Stultz was 6th, now looking for 4th, looking for some insurance. And trying to get around Michael Roode for that spot, and I think he's already got him cleared. Boy, that 44 car is strong. 2nd to 4th in just a matter of a lap. And now Joshua Osborne falls back into the clutches of that cutoff area for the final transfer spot. Now going to try and get to the inside of pole sitter Michael Roode. Look at Seth Cole. Big run. Oh, do we try 3 wide into these S's, though? That's close. They got back to single file formation, but they were thinking about it as Osborne all over the back bumper of Michael Roode. And if he makes a move on the 00, you could bet the 25 will be there to capitalize as well. Schwallenberg is gone. He's 2.5 car lengths ahead of Pedro Lucas, who now looks in his rearview mirror and sees that Matco Tools number 13 of A Sampsell hounding him for the spot. Now, obviously, these drivers want to start the best they can since it's a road course race, but right now, all 4 of these drivers in transfer positions. Further back, Joshua Osborne back to the inside of Michael Roode, and he will clear for the spot. Maybe he does. Now, Roode's got 1 more lap to hold off the 25 of Seth Cole. Seth Cole has 2 starts this season in charter events. Roode only has 1. White flag was just displayed for Dylan Schwallenberg. Has led every lap so far after he got around Michael Roode for the lead back in the first lap. Ooh, careful, Sampsell. You're already locked into the show right now, buddy. Don't mess it up. Cole is all over Michael Roode. J Taurus and D Voyles there as well, just in case these two make some contact, as Sampsell peeking on Pedro Lucas. He's going to look to the inside there. Drives it deep into that corner. Zach Stultz moves Pedro Lucas up the track. That's going to give the advantage to Sampsell. as Dylan Schwallenberg's going to win this race. Look at this. The battle is on for the transfer spot between Michael Roode and Seth Cole coming off the final turn. Seth Cole still alongside. This is going to be a drag race between these two to see who's going to make it into the show. Seth Cole's going to clear. He's going to transfer into the main event by about half a car length. Behind Joshua Osborne, Zachary Stultz, Pedro Lucas, A Sampsell. And your non-charter winner here today, Dylan Schwallenberg, will be making back-to-back starts in charter races in the last 2 weeks. He made his Duracell Cup Series debut last week at the Springfield Mile, brought it home with a solid top 15 run. And now we'll be making his second straight start here today at the road course of Pukekohe later on with Sampsell, Lucas, Stultz, Osborne, and Cole. All 6 of these drivers have made a start this season, I do believe, in Hershey's Cup competition. As I'm looking, actually, no. I'm wrong. A Sampsell is actually going to be making his debut later on today. So congratulations to him. And I'm looking as well, Joshua Osborne. This might actually be his debut as well, and it is. So actually, no, I was wrong. 2 drivers are going to be making their charter race debuts here today at Pukekohe Raceway. So Sampsell and Osborne finishing in 2nd and 5th. We'll be joined by Schwallenberg, Lucas, Stultz, and Cole. Michael Roode, pole sitter, came up 2 tenths short at the start-finish line of advancing into the charter race. He'll finish 7th, followed by Taurus, Voyles, and Arthur Xavier. You ended up having 3 drivers out of the race after 2 cautions here today. Dylan Poteet, S Ozkan, and Rob Evans, and pretty much everybody from 7th place on down failed to make the show. Big name down there, former winner this season, Chris Dollerton. He's still stuck at 5 starts so far this season, needs 5 more in order for that win to count towards a spot in the playoffs, and he finished all the way back near the tail end of the field in the 22nd position. So the field from 37th on back through 42nd has been determined. We'll have to find out who's going to be starting 1st through 36th in our main event later on here today. But I hope you guys enjoyed this non-charter event. Got some pretty good encouragement for what we're going to be seeing when we get to that charter event here. 25 laps of racing in the main event this afternoon. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this race. We'll see you later on this afternoon as you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.